Hey guys, Chad here with the Mahalo Video Games team. I'm here at E3 at the Into the Pixel Gala, I guess you would call it, and I'm here with Martin Ray, who is the president of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences.
And you can call it a gala. It is a gala.
It is a gala.
And it looks like an art exhibit opening because it is.
Exactly, so tell us what kind of art we're looking at.
Well, we're looking at examples of video game art culled from hundreds and hundreds of submissions into the Pixel. I'll call it a competition. It's not really, it's more of a celebration of fine art out of video games. And what we do in partnership with the Electronic Software Association is put together a panel of jurists and then solicit submissions from game companies all over the world who submit art out of video games for judging by our jurists, which are a mix of fine artists, museum curators, video game artists, that kind of thing. And they've chosen 17 for this year. This is our 8th year. And these are being honored tonight, unveiled tonight as the best of the submissions. And this exhibit, after it leaves E3, will then travel the globe.
So, Ivan, he did this piece of art behind me. Just tell me a little bit about this piece of art and where it's from.
Right, so this is some concept art I made for the game called Alien Swarm. It's free on Steam, you can download it for free. It's a top-down co-op 4-person strategic tactical shooter, sci-fi shooter, something. I think I just used every adjective possible.
What's like the biggest challenge with doing that?
It's usually just finding the one thing that you think, okay, I actually got something here. So with this piece, I know I did those guys first, then I positioned like the player and the monster, and then I accidentally zoomed the camera out, and I thought, well, this looks like a toy, and I thought, well, wouldn't that be a nice approach to actually expose it and accentuate it rather than trying to hide the fact that it looks tiny.
Now, it's funny that because a lot of people, especially, I don't know if you've read any of Roger Ebert's reviews, he talks about video games and how he doesn't think they're art and they never will be. And it's a very interesting concept because it's an ongoing debate, almost like older generation and younger generation.
Well, I would say this to Roger, and Roger, if you're going to watch this. In 150 years ago, it's longer than that now, when the camera was invented, people said the same thing about photography. This is not an art form, this is just merely taking an image of something already there. Now, we all know today, artists gravitated toward photography, the tools got better, and no one would not say that an incredible photographer is not a fine artist. And we, I think, went through the same thing here. It's a computer, it's a digital tool, then it can't be art. It's not the case. These are fine artists, and we're trying to recognize them. I had a jurist, we had a little Q&A on stage earlier, and one of the jurists made a reference to the Sistine Chapel and Michelangelo, and said, what you've got to realize, back in the day, he couldn't just paint the ceiling. He had to make his own paint and grind the colors and engineer the scaffolding to get to the ceiling. He was using technical tools of his day to become an artist on the ceiling. Same thing these folks do to become an artist. So Roger will recognize it in the future.
Very eloquent. This is Martin Ray. He's the president of the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. Is that correct?
That was correct.
I finally got it, and I didn't trip up that time. So thank you very much, Martin. Really appreciate your interview.
Great. Thank you.
Yes, and good luck with Into the Pixel.
Thank you.